Hi, my name is Mike Aben and welcome to Children of a Dead Earth, a realistic take on a space combat simulator. And in this series what we are doing is going through each of the campaign missions and going for gold. And up today is Orbital Fallout. Defend both a space station and a spacecraft and destroy an aggressive enemy craft. And we are in orbit, although it doesn't say it here, we are in orbit around the asteroid Eros. Looking nice and lumpy and potatoey there for us. But anyway, in order to get gold, we need to beat the records that we have here. We need to do this in an elapsed time of 22 minutes and 32 seconds. And you did hear that right, that's minutes, not hours. We need to have both of our capital ships. Keep in mind we do have a space station we have to protect. So both of those ships need to come out of it alive and unscathed. We can't take any damage at all. Now I'm going to point out at this point that I have achieved gold on this before, specifically the time record here of doing it in under 22 minutes and 32 seconds. I did it in 21 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll see how it goes, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're going to be using, well, liberal deployment of nuclear ordinances in the form of nuclear missiles. And nuclear missiles, although they sound great, missiles, you can't aim them in with precision like you can with weapons that we've used of the past, and that means you need to hope for a few lucky shots in order for this to happen in as brief a period of time as it is here. And I got this, as you can see before, and I actually got it pretty quickly, but when I was trying to recreate this mission and do it again,
incoming transmission.
Let's turn this off. When I was trying to recreate this mission and do it for you on this video, I tried over and over again and began to realize, wow, luck does play into it. And I vowed this is the last time I'm going to try and go for it. I'm going to show you what it is that you need to do. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't work though, you just got to rinse and repeat and do it again, and I'm not going to do the rinse and repeating for you because quite frankly that gets pretty dull. But anyway, let's take a look at our vessels here. We'll zoom in. This is us. You can see there's a station in behind us. It can't do anything, so we won't be looking at it. In fact, we can't do a whole heck of a lot either, because if you take a look at our ship, and oh, why don't we look at the name of our ship? Our ship is the RSF Singularity Pebble. That's a nice name, I like that. But getting back to our ship, look that we have no fuel, zero fuel, so we're not going to be able to get this vessel into the action. Instead, we're going to need to bring the action to them, and that's going to be done using, well, what we have down here. We have 16 of these Devastator nuclear missiles, and we also have 120 of these Striker nuclear missiles. And we're going to send them at our enemy. And speaking of which, let's take a quick look at our enemy. There is our enemy, the missile schooner, the USF Planet Butcher. Ooh, we know they're the bad guys now. And the Planet Butcher is also equipped with Striker nuclear missiles and flak missiles. And it also has these 8 of these 60 millimeter cannons. It's not going to be coming at us either, and these cannons are really going to act as its point defense system to try and shoot down our missiles as they approach. But anyway, let's get right at it. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just advance 1 minute here, and we get this weapon that he's already started. Remember they said he was aggressive. 50 Striker nuclear missiles have been launched and are on their way at us. So, well, we best respond, shouldn't we? So let's get on our vessel here. Oh, we are on them. Let's get on us. There we go. And we will respond with, let's take a look at our Strikers here. We have 120. We're going to send them in 4 separate volleys of 30. That's going to be the plan. So we're going to launch 20. There they go. And then we're going to launch 2 groups of 5. And that should be 30. We can take a look at one of our missiles here. Here they are. They are chemically propelled. They have chemical rockets. I actually made a mistake a couple of episodes ago when I referred to the drones as nuclear missiles with guns. And that's because I made the I assumed incorrectly that they were actually nuclearly propelled, but they were chemically propelled just like these guys. What makes them nuclear, of course, is this 2.45 kiloton fission nuclear thermal nuclear device here at the front here. That's what makes them nuclear, of course. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to back off, and we are now, they've already separated from our fleet, so we're going to send them at them. So let's see here. Let's create a trajectory change. Can't help but call these maneuver nodes from KSP. So we need to give ourselves, we need more velocity than that. We got to get there in under 22 minutes. Just go right like that. That works. And we need to obviously come a little more this way. And we need to come down. Oh, we're getting close now. Zoom in here a little bit. This way, and up this way. Must be getting pretty close. There we go. And that's going to be there in 50 minutes. Not nearly fast enough, so we will add in some more velocity here. Oh my goodness, let's really give it some velocity. All right. You can see how straight our trajectory is. That's the gravitational field around the asteroid here is pretty weak, so we can definitely, we don't have to get into too much in terms of complicated orbital maneuvering. We're just going at them in a straight line. That is going to be there in 9 minutes. Sure, why not? Let's go for, no, that's silly. Let's is this making it more? That's making it more. Let's make it less. That is a little bit silly. 9 minutes. It's nice to leave a little bit of velocity so that the missiles will have some fuel to do maneuvering. You don't want to burn up all their fuel on the way there. Let's try that now. Okay. And 15 minutes. That's much more sane. And we want to target the actual missile schooner. So intercept the missile schooner. Vessel, okay, so we will be intercepting that in a little bit. And let's get back to our capital fleet and we will launch some, actually no, let's advance another turn. There we go. And let's launch another volley here. So we'll come back to our capital fleet. And let's launch a group of strikers this time. Again, 30 of them. This time targeting the actual missile fleet. Remember, we have to come out of this unscathed. And the way we're going to accomplish that is by destroying the missiles long before they ever get to us. You see the red trajectory of the missiles coming our way. So we have to kind of intersect that, don't we? This way. Looking pretty alright. More this way. A little more this way. More speed. There we are, okay. So that's in 13 minutes, and we are, intercepting the missile fleet. Groovy doovy. Okay, got that. Let's get back to our capital fleet again. And let's launch our Devastators. We have 16 Devastators. Let's do the whole lot of them. So we're going to launch all. There we go. So all 16 of them. Go their way. Now you definitely want to launch in large groups, because if you launch in small, like if you launch them individually or just a few at a time, what will end up happening is they will simply shoot them down and none of them will ever get to them. So you need to overwhelm their point defense system. You need to send so many missiles that the enemy will still shoot down a few of them, but there'll be plenty left over to do them some hurt. This group here I'm sending at the actual enemy vessel. Oh, that one looks promising. Okay, and we are intercepting the missile schooner, and now we're intercepting them in 13 minutes and 39 seconds. That shall do. So let's get back to our here, and we'll watch our missiles coming in. This is also a good point for me to point out, or a good place for me to point out. Oh, the AI in this game ain't so bright. I mean, clearly, there is no stealth in space, despite what you may have seen in some science fiction movies. You can't hide in space. He knows where I am, I know where they are, we know what missiles are coming at each other, and so he undoubtedly sees, the enemy undoubtedly sees these volleys of missiles coming their way, yet he's not reacting at all. He should likely be changing his trajectory and all of that kind of stuff to try and get out of the way, and try to get these missiles to use up more of their fuel, but not doing that. In fact, doesn't react until we are actually within intercept range. It's sort of an AI decision that was made. You can also see how slow their missiles are coming. Okay, so we'll just keep advancing time here until we get our first interaction, which should happen. There we go. Okay, so what do we got? These are 30 of our strikers, and here are the enemy. They got 30. It's 30 strikers against 30 strikers, so it should be a fair fight. Let's select one of ours here, and here are all your targeting options for controlling the amount of targeting. It goes through different phases. First adjusting the trajectory, then to coast in towards the enemy, and then a final burn to go right at them right at the end. And you can leave it on the default, or you can adjust it as you fly yourself. I'm going to leave these on the default because this is just going to be about getting into the middle of this swarm and exploding and hopefully taking out a good number of them. So let's see how this goes. So they are now burning towards our enemy missiles. You can see here's the line of ours, here comes theirs. We are going to interact here, and shkabooms. And what we want to see is, well, there are a few red dots left. I see one green dot left. I do not think, there goes, this is our guy going off here. The engines are destroyed, so that is now useless. So that's okay. That was a single missile survived that, but engines don't work, and clearly is on a trajectory taking it out of the fray. So goodbye. We'll see you later. Okay, let's go. But only 2 of their missiles are left, so that's a good thing. Oh, actually, I think their missiles might have been disabled. Let's take a look at the enemy missile. No, I can't. No, I can't slide. I think his missiles got disabled too. That's good. Let's actually just check very quickly. That intercept is still there. You can lose these intercepts. That intercept is still there. Aha! This was the set of missiles that was going for the enemy missiles, but there are no more enemy missiles for it to go after, so we are going to delete that trajectory change, and we're going to readjust our trajectory to go after the missile schooner. We have a successful intercept in 2 minutes. So let's go back and make sure that these guys are going off. We have 4 fleets coming in here. Oh. These are 30 strikers that do not have an intercept either, so... Oh, wait. Let's see if we can not... Yes. They are going... Oh, they might have been part of that group that went off that way. Okay. Can we redirect these folks at our enemy schooner? Because that would be super. If we can... I think we should be able to do this. You do want to keep an eye on these because as stuff happens, you can lose intercepts. And we are intercepting that enemy schooner in 1 minute and 13 seconds. So again, I want to just do one final check by selecting this and making sure all 4 of these missile fleets, they have an intercept, they have an intercept, they have an intercept, and they have an intercept. Okay, that has got me happy. We have 4 volleys of missiles going in. Let's finish this. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. What I meant to do was advance time just a little bit more. Alright, oh, what is that? Oh, that's our missile schooner, of course. Okay, so let's go to the missile schooner and we'll watch this from their perspective. Let's take the... I am completely convinced, by the way, that the targeting with missiles, or at least 90% convinced, the targeting with missiles doesn't do anything. They just go right after the heat source, and the biggest heat source that they're going to detect is right around these radiators. So this is around where they're going to target no matter what I do. So I'm just going to let them do their thing. So here we go. And they are coming in. Closing in quickly. Their point defense system is about to come into range. There it goes, starting to shoot at our missiles, but no way they're going to get most of them. Kablast! Oh, that worked out fairly well. So, they have lost their rocket, which is great. But what I really need to do is get the reactor. That's going to be the lucky shot. If I take out their reactor, they have no power, and then they are truly been taken out. We'll see if that happens. Okay, our next group is this one, and they will have an intercept coming up in 25 seconds, so let's do that. There we go, and this time these are, again, more of the strikers. We will watch from this perspective. This guy right here. We're going to watch him as he goes flying in. Alright, there we go, zeroing in. Oh, we are off to the side. Oh dear. Oh, here we go.
Incoming
and we did it. That's it. Wow, that went spectacularly well. Luck was on our side. Actually, a recent patch to the game might also be on our side. They did improve the missile targeting, and that might have helped me out. So, that is it. Let's back out of here. Take a look at how we did. We did this in 19 minutes and 17 seconds. The enemy missiles never got close to us, so of course we took no damage whatsoever. So that is gold. I hope you found the video useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you for the next one.